Hello everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is November 5th, 2024. It is election day here in the United States. And as predicted, we're getting a pump in Bitcoin and the rest of the cryptocurrency markets. Now, this pump is very, very predictable for the simple fact that yesterday we got the very telling base right here, this base that indicated that we were likely in a B wave. Okay, if you want more details, specifics, elaboration on what I'm talking about, go in yesterday's video. But essentially, yesterday I explained how it was highly probable, highly likely that Bitcoin was putting in a running flat correction, an ABC flat correction that is likely to take us in this B wave to all-time highs. Okay, lots of analysts are saying, we're going to get a pump, election day pump, because they figure they reckon that their candidate, a certain candidate, is going to win and pump the market. But that's not the case. In actual fact, I would say when discussing how to trade the election day event or the election, cryptocurrency in the election, treat it like a significant event, most significant events. Buy the rumor, sell the news. What does that mean? So buy the rumor, sell the news is a technique whereby you buy, you assume and you anticipate positive price action, buyers, before an actual event is concretized, before it is finalized, before it actually happens. And what you usually see right after it happens is a sell the news event. I mean, if you've been in crypto for any amount of time and you've been through significant events, you know that that's typically how these big events happen. I have never traded any other market outside of cryptocurrency, so I can't speak to traditional markets. But in my experience, in the many years I've been in crypto and trading and watching the charts and charting, these happenings tend to follow this pattern. It's always, this is going to be huge. This is going to massively pump the price, or this is going to dump the price. Typically, right beforehand, you see a buy the rumor phenomenon where you go up, and then once the event actually happens, you dump, and then everybody kind of retroactively says, we dumped because, but that's just how it was going to be the whole time, regardless of who wins. And the technicals support this, right? This is very clearly a three-wave move, which you would expect in the first leg of an A wave, of a flat correction. This is quite clearly some sort of complex base leading into an impulse, okay? So this is each wave, A, B, C, consolidation, which is going to be at the top, which is going to be people counting votes, which is going to be, deciding the electoral college. You're going to see some consolidation at the top. That consolidation is going to be distributive, and that's going to find its way down here, which is the magnet, which is this midline of this multi-year channel around 68.6. We talked about that yesterday. So that's what I'm seeing in the market, and that's exactly what we're getting up until now. I mean, we're getting positive price action, and I do expect that positive price action to continue, not just in Bitcoin, but also in altcoins. And altcoins actually are very interesting, despite Bitcoin dominance continually going up on the small time frames. or actually on the large time frames. Let me fix my screen. So let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance first, and then let's talk about altcoins specifically. So Bitcoin dominance on the weekly time frame looks heinous. It looks like it's going up, up, and up. It looks like altcoins are bleeding, but altcoins are not bleeding if you're paying attention. So let's go on the smaller time frames. And on the smaller time frames, you can see on the 4-hourly time frame, despite this ending diagonal, you can see a little bit of loss of momentum, ever so slightly. I mean, it's chopping, but it's doing so much work just to stay up. And that is eventually going to result in a big, strong, conclusive drop. A big red candle breaking this rising wedge. We all know our pattern analysis, right? Pattern analysis 101. Rising wedges are typically bearish patterns that break to the downside, and the target of that is the base of the wedge. So I would not be surprised if this indeed did that same thing, and that would be resulting, or that would be reflective of altcoins gaining against Bitcoin in a major way. So let's turn to the altcoins in question to see what of the altcoins. So if you look at the total 3, which we've been tracking on this channel, okay, and that's essentially all cryptocurrency assets minus Bitcoin and Ethereum, you can see that the total 3 has been positive. And on the higher time frame, let's go high to low time frames, you can see that we are in a zigzag, meaning a 5-wave up, 3-wave down move. And that is complete. That is a corrective pattern, okay? That's the last of the corrective patterns that I see here. I see this as my first pair of corrective waves, my second pair of corrective waves, and this is my third. Boom. This is very nice. So on the smaller time frames, if I go on the 4-hourly, I can see that this compound, I don't need that anymore, this ABC is finished, and now I get a pump here. And that's what altcoins have been in, right? This move to the upside, and it's looking good. It's looking really strong, right? This is the 4-hourly time frame, so you can see strong green 4-hourly candles pretty much all day today. And if you look at this in another way, it is a what would you call this? A reversal pattern, a bullish reversal pattern, a W, a bullish reversal pattern. So it's kind of a W, right? And so you break up and out, you come back and retest it, and then you move. You could probably see it better on the hourly. So here you can see this W reversal pattern reversing this impulse to the downside back up. You go boom, boom, boom. That's your move. That's your retest. Retest complete. You continue to the upside. And so despite what Bitcoin dominance looks like on the higher time frames, it doesn't look very favorable. People who are not very nuanced will say, oh, altcoins are bleeding against Bitcoin. Not so. Check your watch lists, and it's quite clear to see Bitcoin for the day is up 2%. Most of my altcoins that I'm trading are up much more than that. Blur's up almost 8%. Polkadot up 3.5%. DYDX 2.5%. Hook 4%, and so on and so forth. You can see it for yourselves. So a lot of altcoins are gaining against Bitcoin, and they're just getting started. So this is what I have for you today. There's not much update from yesterday. I do expect the market to continue to pump, the entire market, not just Bitcoin. I expect Bitcoin to get to that region that we discussed yesterday. That region being between 75 and 77K, which is the maximal level that it can reach based off of this theory of this running flat correction. If this is indeed an A wave and we're in a B wave, you can't go higher than 77.4, I believe, on this chart. So I expect Bitcoin to lose steam around 75 to 77,000. But in the interim, in the meantime, I expect altcoins to do much, much more than that. So if Bitcoin's going to go up 10%, I expect altcoin to do multiple of that, at the very least. So that's it for me. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was useful. Like, share, and subscribe. If you got value, consider buying me a coffee at the pinned comment below. Remember, if you want an altcoin analysis, I can have it to you within the day, or at the latest within 24 hours. You can order it on my Buy Me a Coffee website, also at the pinned comment below. Take care, bye.